welcome back to Sales Like Hotcakes video course. In this video, we're going to talk about packaging lists and paying for shipment. Let's assume that your merchandise is produced and inspected in a Chinese factory, and now you're ready to get your shipment going. But before you can do so, you need to get your packaging list created. Here is an example of one of my packaging lists. Let me show you what information you need to ask from your factory or sourcing agent that is handling this, like in my case. First of all, I've got the product, the color, the size, if it applies to your product, order quantity, product dimensions in both centimeters and inches, and carton box dimensions with packaging box dimensions again in both centimeters and inches. Sometimes Amazon asks for inches, sometimes they ask for centimeters, so it's good to have it in both depending if you ship to America or Europe. Remember, your carton has a special limit. I don't remember the exact size limit, but Amazon gives you guidelines so your carton cannot be super big and cannot have more than 150 items inside. If you are preparing and packaging yourself, you will have to know that. In my case, I don't do all of that stuff because I don't need to spend time on that. Like I said, I have a sourcing agent that takes care of everything like this, so I can concentrate on marketing, launching, and sales instead of worrying about printing labels and working with cartons. That's why I don't bother with all of that, because the agent has to know these requirements. I'm saying that not because I am lazy or arrogant, but to prove again my point that you always need to outsource these sort of things, or you'll be wasting time in micromanagement and delay your profits. But if you choose to do everything yourself, then you can Google packaging and prep requirements. Here you see Amazon is giving you guidelines on how to correctly prep and even shows you some examples of how to wrap it. You see right here the sizes of bags and boxes they allow and the amount of the units. Here is how you can use the case-packed items. You can have different SKUs in one box, or you can have case-packed products, which is when it's only one SKU in all boxes. Here you can find all the information that you need. Let's get back to my packaging list. The next information is the amount of pieces per carton. Usually they don't allow more than 150, so if your product is super small, you better spread it out over several boxes. Then the total amount of cartons per each product, so you have all the information here. I'll show you next why you need that. Here is the order of boxes. It's very important to know in which order your carton boxes go, because it's not random and it is very specific when we print the labels. Then, total quantity of product. It's also very important to have net weight and gross weight information, which is also better to have in pounds and kilograms. This is the whole volume in cubic meters per container. This information is used by your shipping agent to determine the price of your shipment. Once you have this information prepared by yourself, your sourcing agent, or factory, you go back to Amazon where you were creating your labels and shipment. And here you download the file from Amazon, which asks you to fill the packaging boxes or cartons information. Let me show you how to do that. Again, all that is done by my sourcing agent, so I'm only doing it now in the purpose of teaching you. I use my time for marketing, finding sales, and growing my business. Here, you see the file that Amazon gave me to fill because they require you to give full information on what is inside each box that you send and what is the size and weight of the box. You see, for each box, we put the quantity of each product that you have and also the size of the box. I know, boring, right? If I have 67 boxes, I have to fill out all of it. Of course, you guessed it right, I'm not filling all that out by myself. I'm asking my sourcing agent to take care of business like that, otherwise I will spend a whole day just filling in the box information. Since I'm not in China, I can't even fill it out myself. This is why, again, it's very good to outsource things like this instead of using a lot of your own time. Once you do this, you upload this file to Amazon and Amazon gives you labels to print on your boxes. We discussed that in detail in another video, so no need to repeat that all over again. If you're not sure, just check the video where I show you how to create FBA labels. Here's another example of the packaging list for other products of mine. You can see again it's nicely formatted, but it's the same idea. Again, you have the description, color, SKU labels, size, order quantity, carton number, which means in which order they go, product dimensions in centimeters, and carton dimensions in centimeters because it's going to Europe. This is the amount of pieces per carton, total carton amounts, total quantity of the product, net weight in kilograms per carton, gross weight in kilograms per carton, and volume in cubic meters per carton. Then I also asked them to fill this information in pounds per box, and also carton dimensions in inches. It's really helpful if you get all this information ready before you go to Amazon and create your shipment. Here you have information from the sourcing agent who is working directly with the freight forwarder to ship my stuff. Here, you see they are giving me quotes for USA shipment. It's 30 to 35 days by sea, and I have 827 kilograms per 5.3 cubic meters, and I'm shipping everything by sea. The cost is $1,864, including the pickup fee. The cost is $1,864, including the pickup fee, declaration fee, but not including duty and taxes. If the goods are checked by customs, there is a checking goods fee as well. Those fees and taxes depend on the amount of the declaration value that you put on the invoice. Usually, it doesn't exceed a couple $100s. If you are counting this, it's really hard to predict the exact fee, but it is usually not more than $200 or $300 altogether. You could also buy insurance if your product is fragile. This is for European shipment. The lead time is a little bit shorter for almost the same weight and volume. Sorry, this is volume, not weight, because when you ship by sea, only volume matters because they are shipping on the boat in containers. When you ship by air, the weight matters more than the size. I hope that makes sense. Here are the prices, similar, and again, there might be some duties and taxes which we don't know now, but it shouldn't be more than a couple of $100 extra. Remember, I do door to door. I hope this gives you a real-life example of the costs you might have for this kind of shipment. I'm shipping around 3,000 units of my product to Europe and 3,000 to the United States, so these are the kind of costs you might get. I consider this pretty reasonable because the amount of stuff I'm sending is really big. This is less than 50 cents per unit in cost to ship. If you ship everything by Air Express, it will be much more expensive. I hope this gave you a great idea on how you ship your products. Again, if you're not sure what freight forwarder to choose, always check our Sales Like Hotcakes resources inside the members area, where you will find the sourcing agents links, the freight forwarders, the preparation, monitoring, and inspection services that you will need to use when you ship stuff from China to Amazon. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, hit likes, and post reviews. I really appreciate you watching my course. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye for now.